Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. And to all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I don't expect some of y'all to be up right now only because I know what time it is. But just wanted to chime in on a few little things. Um, Public service announcement for those who have been rocking with me. Um, Hopefully, I should be back on my main page this weekend. So I'm gonna be using this backup page from time to time, at least until I'm back where I need to be at. I hope everybody is having a blessed and productive Friday so far. I know it's hella early, but shoot, just definitely want to chime in for a little bit. When I do get back on my main channel, like I said, there's gonna be nothing but content on top of content because there's been too much going on, especially in the news as we speak. It's been too much going on. I also want to say this, and I feel it needs to be said on either channel. Any type of person who thinks that going after kids is the right thing to do on either level, you do know there's consequences and repercussions behind that. No grown ass man, nor no grown ass woman should be going after anybody that's well under the age. Period. And if your mind is trained that way, or if your mind is on those lines, you need to either seek help or stay the fuck out of society. Because it's people like you who are pushing too many dangerous levels. And it goes back to even what some of the things was going on as far as not just biblical time, but if you want to go by Greek mythology and all of that, it's the same damn thing that's happening. You have adults who have fetishes for kids. What can a kid do for you that an adult can't do for you? That's the first thing you should be asking yourself. What is it about a kid or even a teenager that drives you wild? That's a question that should be forming in your mind. But see, even back in the days, they always targeted kids. Doesn't matter what civilization or society you look at, there was always those group of people who were always targeting the kids. And I feel like this. The kids are supposed to be the future. The kids are definitely supposed to be protected at this point if they are going to be the future. So how can you protect them when you're allowing certain things to transpire? Certain places are allowing consent of a woman. It's not even a woman yet. You're allowing consent for a child to be as low as possible. So you're gonna tell me it's cool for in certain cases they say 16 or 17 is illegal consent. That's not legal consent. They still a child at the end of the day. They can't purchase no liquor. They can't purchase no damn alcohol. They be lucky if they can even get somebody to sell them some weed. So what the fuck can a kid do for you again? See, in certain situations, you're gonna have people out there like that because guess what? If they came from a fucked up background where there is molestation and pedophilia and any of that wild shit going on, yeah, they gonna be the victimizers at some point. Which I feel is a sad notion because again, this is a repeated pattern that's going on in society. Some of these homes need to be investigated because this is where some of this crimes are breeding at. Some of these crimes are breeding from the homes. Let's be real. And it's a sad notion when you could say you're lowering the consent age for a kid to quote unquote be an adult or be with an adult. No kid under no age of 21 should be with no adult, period. You as an adult should feel a type of way about that. At least have common sense about that. A child can't provide much for you. What can a child do for you? If a child isn't working, child don't know too much about working, child probably don't really know how to cook, so on and so forth. These are things that you adults should be asking yourselves. And some of y'all should ask yourselves that, because if you got some of y'all, and the sad part about it, you have some people out there who actually have kids that are damn near the same age as the people that they quote unquote interested in. You got to make that make sense. I don't think I could be in my 50s or my 60s and I'm trying to fuck with somebody that's the same age as my daughter. I can't do that. I wouldn't give a damn if that person had it out for me. No, not doing that. It's called the respect level. And you gotta have some sort of fucking respect for yourself, period. Because again, what adult goes after any type of kid? These is questions that need to be asked. But guess what? Society will tell you that these people can, oh, these people can change. No, they can't change. Once you are on that level and you are already thinking and going above and beyond your actions, you know what the fuck you doing. Sorry, you do. You ain't gonna sit here and tell me that you a whole grown man or a whole grown woman thinking, you know what, I'm gonna fuck the shit out this youngin. That can't be what's going through your mind. If that is, that's sick. That's a sick habit. Sorry. And that's something that can't be fixed because you already have that embedded in your mind that you ain't gonna go after nobody of your age or your caliber. You're gonna go after somebody that you feel you can manipulate and use. And that's what some of these older folks do be doing. And again, where are the fucking parents in this situation? Because there's no real no right mind parent going to sit there and allow their kid to be with no damn adult. I'm sorry. And if you really love your kids, some of y'all, you gotta make sure your kids is with people in their age group and not dealing with people older. Another thing I am gonna bring up, I'll bring up a couple of little things this morning while I'm still testing this backup page out. Cause like I said, when I'm now on my main page, I might be coming here from time to time. Cause there's gonna be some things I know for a fact they're gonna be huffed with since I already got a strike. But this channel, I don't care. Give me a claim, do whatever. Not gonna stop me from speaking truth and knowledge. Guidelines really don't mean nothing to me neither, especially when we know there are real things right now happening and we need to fix that. And that's one thing society that needs to be addressed. It need to be fixed. It need to be corrected. These older folks dealing with younger folks. That shit gotta change. Platty, what's going on, baby? Just testing up the backup page while I'm up. But it's a lot of things that you need to take into consideration. And again, no consenting and no adult with real morals and integrity is going to go after somebody younger than them. That's just not going to happen. But in society, again, they want to quote unquote not be savages about certain things no more. But I feel when it comes down to the welfare of a child, that should never be underlooked or overlooked. Because a child is still a child until they're 21 and over. Sorry. You can't buy liquor, cigarettes, none of that shit. You're still a child and still considered a child. So again, what can some of you adults be having in your mind to say, I'm gonna go after this young one? What is fucking seeping through your mind at that point? Are you even saying to yourself, damn, this seems immoral, this seems wrong? No, because some of y'all don't give a fuck. Because some of y'all have already been fucking wired to say, I'm gonna do this regardless. This is just who I am. No, it's what you chose to be. Because I know some people who have come from fucked up backgrounds to where they should have been the victimizers. From being victims, they could have been victimizers, but they changed their whole life perspective because certain things they realized that it wasn't their fault. Now, again, if some of y'all could have that notion to even go after somebody young, maybe it's something you need to do within yourself first. Maybe you need to fucking fix whatever's going on in your mind before you even try to be in society amongst people. And then a sad notion about it, you have some people who could fit in. They fit in so well in society because some people are overlooking or underlooking sometimes. You can't never underlook or overlook certain situations, especially when it's coming to the kids. You can't do that. Because again, if you ain't protecting the kids and standing up for the kids, who will? They already have agendas to try to manipulate and mess with the kids as it is now. Hence why I said on my main page, at some point, they're going to implement something to where the world is going to stand still. And when the world stands still, that's going to be everybody coming together as far as what they really got us in the fucking, they got us in the chokehold. What we do now? You're going to have to band up. And again, you're going to have to band up against situations of that magnitude. Because no kid should have to worry about none of that. No kid should have to worry about nothing outside of being a kid until they ready to figure out what being an adult is. And honestly, if you could take advantage of a child, just imagine what else you could do. That's the mindset that some of these fuckers have in their mind. If I can manipulate this one, I know what else I could do. That's how it all starts. Hence why I said a lot of you parents better start being in tune with your kids. Even when they get in their teenage years. Be on point with your children because you don't know what could all be happening. And it's just going to be some things kids probably ain't going to feel comfortable telling you because they don't know how you're going to react. But then again, if you are showing them the love and the respect, and you also giving them that peace of mind to open their mouth, then they'll feel comfortable in saying what they need to say. It's fucking crazy, man. You got a world where kids are allowed to choose who they want to be in school, gender-wise. You got other agendas where, like I said, they are literally forcing everybody's hand. No doubt, Platty. I'm gonna be on here for a little bit, but I feel this need to be said, whether I got a big audience or not. And like I said, this platform, I'm gonna get all my main subs from the main channel on this one. But like I said, this backup is just gonna be for days I know for a fact I'm about to say some stuff, and I know they ain't gonna try to be huff and mess up my main channel. So, but it's time for a lot of y'all to get this quite clear. There's too many evil forces that are fucking around with everything, and they trying to make everything that's not normal normal. Again, It's not normal for a boy to decide they want to be a girl the next day. No, you're pushing that on kids. And if you ain't pushing it on them through the internet, you're pushing it on them through television. See, like I said, this always been an agenda. From before TV, there was radio. Don't think radio wasn't at one point dishing out the same wavelengths and frequencies that we getting now from computers and from music. You fucked up if you think so. They was always trying to promote certain things, but guess what? Back in the day, the parents guarded and guided on what the hell we watched and listened to. Nowadays, the parents are just allowing the kids to do anything freely. Hence why a lot of these kids are being indoctrinated. Hence why a lot of these kids are falling into that confusion state. Because some of you parents who should be on board with shit, you're not on board with it. You're just allowing the streets and the internet and everything else to raise your kids. Like I said, at one point, we was guided and guarded. We was guided on certain things that we could watch. And certain things that we couldn't, we had to make sure we was with an adult when we watched it. Because guess what? The adult still had to explain what was all going on in these situations. And then there was just some things that the parents wasn't going to allow us to watch because if it had too much of a sexual graphic nature and something else, and then, yeah, we ain't supposed to be noticed. We ain't supposed to be knowing about that. We ain't supposed to be curious about that at that age. Period. Again, why I said, why let the kids be kids? Why are y'all so fucking fiended out to push this agenda? And don't say because, oh, inclusion. Don't say, oh, because we feel. No. We've already done enough tolerance, enough acceptance, and enough inclusion. Now is just some things that shouldn't be included because now you are fucking up the balance and you are confusing the balance to a degree. Like I said, it's one thing if you already living in your truth from when you young, all right, that's different. But don't wait until you get a certain age and then now all of a sudden you want to identify something else. That right there, I can't respect neither. It's just, and now this is for fair use because I feel like every time I don't say fair use, y'all want to be huff about something. So I'm going to continue to say that this is just for fair use and educational purposes. This is my views and opinions. I feel like there are just some things that should never be pushed, period. Even down to the point now, you got to watch what your kids are reading. Even if it's comic books. They are switching up so much shit in these comic books now. Stuff that wasn't included back in the day when I was reading these comic books are being included now. Then you're trying to change genders and change certain things because you want to add all of this stuff from the LGBTQ into existence. Guess what? You basically already won one battle because most of y'all was pushing for same-sex marriage. What you got? What else the fuck else do you want? You wanted us to accept you. You wanted us to embrace you. Guess what? It's not that people wasn't being embraced or being accepted. The reason why it's not being accepted now, why it's becoming more of an issue now, is because, again, when it was just the gays and the lesbians and the bis, they had enough respect, not just for themselves, but for the people around them to keep certain things under wraps because they did not want to have to go through that. Especially some of them have nieces, nephews, cousins. So yeah, if they was on that line, let me keep this under wraps. They don't need to know what's what. Because that's how some kids end up asking all the questions you don't want to answer at that time frame. Because you're allowing certain things to be seen and then you're allowing certain things to be done in front of them. Yeah, like the other week, I looked at this boy and I didn't know what to say. I kind of laughed And this is before I started my morning live. I almost laughed, but then again, I know it's not funny because I feel bad, only because this kid asked a legit question. And his mother didn't know, his mother and his father didn't know how to answer that question without it, without boggling their mind, because they wasn't even expecting what they saw. And this is why I said too, to a degree, you free to be who you are and love who you want to love, but there are limits. At least for y'all on that side of the fence, there are limits to what you do. You can embrace somebody without embracing somebody in public. You don't gotta go to a distance holding hands and kissing each other and stuff like that. Like, listen, we already know what it is, but when you start doing that around people, especially youngins, that's something sick. And then you gotta look at all of these politicians and everybody else who's promoting a lot of these agendas. What's their overall agenda, and what's the overall picture for them? These are things some of y'all need to think about. Don't take a rocket scientist to realize they are really trying to flip the agenda on a lot of different things. And your kids is the main target. They can't target adults because they know most of the adults ain't going for the dumb shit. And those who are going to go with that agenda, that's already because they was already planning to go that route. But again, I feel no kid should have anything pushed on them that they don't need pushed on them. I'm from that era. They try to push certain things, but guess what? Our parents kept certain things out of our fucking grasp. Wait till we got old enough to really understand what's going on, and then we get the information that we need to get. And I'm sorry, but this shit is getting sickening. You got young women out here who are being raped and molested and ending up pregnant before time. And this is, son, it's not just about the situation with the 14-year-old girl. No, there's a lot of situations that are always hitting the news like that. And even when they don't make public headlines, it still makes some sort of headlines. Or it ends up getting exposed, and that's the sad part. Hey, Nicole, what's going on, sis? I'm saying, y'all people are worried about the wrong things, and y'all need to be worried about all these agendas being pushed on these kids left and right. There's too many agendas. See, right now it's the music agenda for the youngins because everybody's into this drill culture. And again, I don't have nothing against specific music. Don't get it twisted, because I'm musically inclined. I listen to a little bit of everything. If it got something good, and if it got something good to go with it, I can fuck with it. But see, I can't fuck with the deaf music. I can't fuck with the I'm smoking your mom, I'm smoking this, I'm smoking this person up. No, because that's making fun of deaf, number one. And then guess what? That shit that you bringing on, that demon that you bringing on, at some point, that demon is going to corrupt you. And you might be the same person that was just sitting there and, yeah, I'm smoking this one. And they're like, prime example, I've seen some situations where these kids and even some of these young adults, you're doing disrespectful shit that's disrespecting and defiling the dead. So what do you think is going to happen? That's like me shooting a music video around somebody's gravesite and me pissing on them, or me doing certain things along those lines in that cemetery. I'm expecting some sort of karma to come back and bite me in the ass because I just defiled and disrespected somebody who's no longer here, who can no longer defend themselves. I'm expecting that karma to come back. Because when you defile and disrespect the dead, you get disrespected. Because guess what? When it's your time, and it's your time to see that pearly gate, guess what everybody on the world below you gonna be doing? Yeah, nigga, I'm smoking this, I'm smoking that, I'm smoking this pack, I'm smoking that pack. See, that shit right there, that's the deaf music. There's been some drill music that I've seen, that I played, even when I do my little music thing, that don't always involve somebody getting shot or killed or op getting shot or killed. No, you got some drill music that'll have you dancing because some people are on that drill wave where they just trying to get the people happy and hype because this is the energy. And see, especially in New York City now, see, we kind of adopted the drill scene and we kind of did make it a little better. I'm sorry to say it. We kind of made it a little better. Even though New York was the mecca of a lot of things, we lost our way to a degree. Like most places, we lost our way. So at some point, we're going to get back our original sound because we still have people who have the original sound and everything else intact. But again, the way the music game has changed, some of those people who are still on the terms of actually rapping and spitting lyrics, they're not going to be heard because guess what? You got people like Kendrick, Big Sean, few other youngins that came in around from 2010. I'm gonna say people like even Meek Mill, prime example. Even though at first we couldn't understand half the shit he was saying because he was always screaming, when he actually started rapping and making some sense, okay, he's speaking about something. You know? But again, right now, rap is not about lyrics. Rap is just about a catchy beat, a catchy hook, and that's it. No lyrics need to be really formed for somebody to make a hit. All it takes is a hot ass beat and a hot ass chorus. And we've seen some people blow up that we know for a fact, like this person is a rapper or this person is an entertainer. Get out of here. But because of something catchy that everybody could get to, we got a hit. But again, not all music is leading to death neither. See, I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna have some music that, yeah, it's gonna resonate with you. See, I can say certain songs resonate with me only because if I felt like that was how you were speaking, especially at a time frame of how I was feeling, then yeah, I could resonate with that. I can't resonate with the same old rhetoric. I mean, come on. I've seen some people from different aspects of music change up at least a little bit. And not saying, oh, change up their whole style as a person. No. Just change up certain things they know wasn't working. If I know this thing ain't working for me right now, even though if this is the wave right now, if it don't work for me, I'm gonna stick to what the fuck I know. Because at some point I will get heard. Kailani, what's going on, my guy? Shout out to everybody who did pull up. Like I said, this backup channel ain't my main one, but hey, at least my peoples is here. You know, but it's just it's an underlying thing to look at. They always want to associate music a lot of times with death. You can't always do that. Because guess what? It's not about what I put out there. It's about the people that's already, because guess what? I could be somebody that's humble. I could be somebody that's really coming from a specific background. But guess what? The people that live in your hood don't give two shits. Or even when you feel like, oh yeah, nobody going, no, you still got to be on guard. Because even when you elevate to a certain level, you're going to always have those who feel they don't want you up there. And then guess what? Sometimes it ain't hard for somebody to put a little price on your head if they feel they got to put a price on your head, because that's how jealous and envious some people are. So you got to always remind yourself that not all music is just leading to death. Hey, riders, what's going on? You know, like I told somebody, they always want to incorporate and say rap music is the devil and rap music is. Before rap music, what did we have? We had rhythm and blues. We had jazz. We had rock and roll. We had a little bit of everything. We had soul music. And almost every one of those pieces of genre of music, certain songs had specific messages if you played it backwards, especially if you from the vinyl era. You played it a certain way, you would hear certain messages. Then you had some songs that if you didn't understand anything, that meant it wasn't nothing being promoted at that time. There are certain songs, if you play it backwards, it promote drugs and sex and tells you what's going on. But then some people think you crazy. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I come from an era where my grandmother actually had vinyl CDs and all that good shit. So trust me when I say certain songs, you play them backwards, you'll hear a message directly. I don't know about the music now because we can't, well, it's not that it can't be done. Because there's ways to play songs backwards on a computer, I believe. But then again, you gotta make sure that there is no hidden message within the music. But I can't say all music is leading to the death of our youth and the death of, no, it's not just music. It's the way of life, period. Because again, you have some people who, even if they ain't fully listening to music, they're living their lives. So guess what? If I'm a person that I don't really listen to music all day, you can't say I killed somebody because of the fucking the drill music that I was listening to that day. No. If it happened to come along that line, I killed somebody. I can't sit here and blame the music and say, oh, the rap music did it. No. I gotta blame myself. I gotta take accountability, number one. Gotta blame myself for that. Because I made a solid choice to fucking go far with something when I could have just said, you know what, nigga, it ain't even that serious. But for you to say that rap music is one of the, no, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Rap music is a part of why a lot of our youth and a lot of the people are not making it past a certain age. It's not just the rap. Again, you have people who you have to worry about. You have people who could have been secretly plotting on you your whole life. You don't know that. Especially if they feel you could be something greater than anything. You could be something greater than what it is right now. You know, you got some people who have gotten killed trying to show love back to their hometowns and their communities, but because of the jealousy and the envy, of course. You know, what better way to get rid of somebody you feel is a threat? Try to get rid of it. Like, come on, let's keep it real. Regardless to what, like, we got to say a few RIPs. Young Dolph, you coming back home to your hood where you know you at, where you shouldn't, even regardless to what, got killed in his own hometown. I mean, people have come back home trying to, even if it's just doing certain little things, turned around, got set up for what? Because of jealousy and envy. That right there is a sad part of any community. That your life is worth a price tag to some people. Coach Sterling, what's going on, my guy? I don't know. It's a funny notion to think that they always try to incorporate certain things with our death. No, no. It's not just the music thing. It's the way you move too. Whether you a street nigga or not, it's about how you move and how you present yourself around people. Because even when you being yourself, you gonna have people that just don't like you. I've been subjected to that half my life, and I ain't give a fuck. I don't care if you like me or not, but you're gonna respect me. That's number one. And I'm not just gonna allow you to get up on me unless I know you my woman. Other than that, I don't fucking think anything outside the box no more. I don't think anything outside of that because I gotta stay in my box to some degree. I could visualize everything going on from the outside, but being inside a lot of times is what get me spotting everything, observing everything. Because some things I'm not going to take as an emotional toll or standpoint. So I'm not going to do that. I'm more on the logical standpoint. So if I feel you moving wacky, nigga, I gotta fucking move wacky just as well. But then again, if you're around the right people, and it seems the most humblest of people seem to be around the right people. And then you got some people who just got influence like that. So they ain't gonna never have to worry about too much. But then again, some of them get a falsehood too to a degree. Thinking everything is all smooth. You still gotta act like you militant and be on your P's and Q's. And sometimes the person that's a snake, you'll be the person that's right up under you. Hence why I said it's too many different agendas. Right now, it's the music agenda for some of these youngins because all the music that's being pushed right now is nothing constructive. And the ones who are saying constructive things or saying something along those lines that would actually do something good, they getting overlooked right now because again, the hip hop era right now is all about drill, auto tone music, and all of that in between hip hop R&B shit. I think it's a sad notion. Meanwhile, the kids are being swept directly into the hellfire one way or another. Some people are refusing to really take heed to the messages that are being said, not just by me, but people who are like me who are speaking on things of this nature. This is why I said, while people are worried about all the fuck shit, y'all need to be worried about the real shit. This is becoming a critical time. And at this point, it's sad because you as a rapper, like, see, that's the thing. We've had some rappers who died back in the day, yes. But it was rare you caught too many people dying from gunfire back in the day. If you want to be technical, yes, we've had some murders in that hip hop game since hip hop became hip hop. Well, let me say this. Before it became gangster rap, it was hip hop. So we already know with hip hop, the only things I think we suffered hip hop wise is we took a loss. Scott LaRock, may he rest in peace. And who else along those lines in the 80s and the 80s that really got killed? It's not too many that you could say got killed because of gun violence or because they was trying to stop certain shit. Now, towards the 90s, mid 90s, yeah, it was somewhat on the rise, even before the Big and Pac situation. But that's because we know some of these rappers was actually living that life. I don't know the whole situation, may he rest in peace, but Mac Dre was another one. Definitely on the rise as far as he had a name built out there in the Bay and all that shit. Now they try to give that story about him and somebody robbing or whatever. I don't know how that turned out, but I highly doubt that was really credible information. Like I said, anytime somebody is on the rise and they know for a fact they can't be bought, they're going to try to get rid of it. I feel that way about Amy Winehouse. Like I said, she let it be known that she wasn't going to rehab. And I believe rehab was more than just a drug clinic. That rehab is what some of these quote unquote elites go through. I'm going to take a page out of the book from the other day. What the hell happened with Nelly on stage? You supposed to be performing a song that you wrote or that you are always performing and you look like you forgot the words or you was just in a trance. And there's some people just got to look at some of these videos and instances and see like, yeah, this shit don't look right. Like, what the hell is happening? And some people try to say, oh, you overlooking it, or you just, oh, you just, no. Common sense to tell you something wrong with somebody if you just look at their body language and tell, like, something wrong with them. Like, you could tell when somebody is mentally challenged or not all the way there by specific movements and just by things they do. Yo, the word, what's going on? Gotta take heed to that. Don't take a rocket scientist to see if somebody got mental health issues, even if they don't present it right away. get enough time around them to see what's going on, and they'll tell you right off the rip what's going on. But yet I digress. There's too many damn agendas that's going on, and y'all need to be worried about these agendas affecting your household at some point. Kid you not. Because at some point, you're going to have to stand up. And it's not going to be a race thing. It's not going to be a creed thing. It's just going to stand up for the right things, period. It's going to be a stand up for the right thing type of act. It's crazy that y'all allowing certain things to continuously happen, and y'all not taking a bat at it. You're not swinging at it, nothing. It's critical now that some of y'all get y'all shit in order. And I'm going to say this too. Some of you younger parents, no matter what your background was consistent of, that should not have no hold or no effect on you going forward in the future. Like I said, in order to break certain patterns, it has to start within the home. How can the generations continuously be building and continue that wealth and that growing when it's too much bullshit happening? I would think about that. How can I expect my lineage to stay whole when it's too many things going on? I'm not standing, or I'm not even educating in the way I'm supposed to educate. You want your kid to swim, or you want your kid to come in, come in the water and come do whatever. You better teach them something. You can't expect your kids to just be something in life, and you're not trying to guide them or at least give them the tools they need to build and succeed. That's why I said nowadays, these parents don't care about what their kids is watching. They're not fully paying attention to what these kids is watching. And sometimes you sitting right along with them watching it and still won't even say, well, listen, despite how this may look, this is not really how it is. Got the kids more focused in the internet and focused on YouTube and everything else. They ain't worried about what the fuck they should be worried about. And again, this is a problem for some of you parents. You're allowing technology and you're allowing the streets to raise your kids at a higher pace. So now guess what? When there's something going on that you feel your kids shouldn't be knowing, they know it already. And at some point, they're going to ask you questions about it. You Platty. I appreciate y'all for tuning in on the backup channel. I know this is weird. Some of y'all used to the main channel. You know, if I'd have been on the main channel, I'd have did all this damn shit earlier in the day. But just wanted to double check to make sure this backup channel is up and legit for real. So it's good. Need y'all to take into this consideration right here too. If you would allow your kids or even the youngins around you to be influenced, and you basically letting them get served to the devil himself, what does that say about you, about your kids and your lineage? Like I said, it's not just about you and yours. It takes a community to raise a village of kids. It don't just take parents to raise kids. No, it takes a whole community. Because guess what? It might be certain times where your parents might not be able to be at your defense, but you got the right people around that know you that will be. So I said with me, it was always different because there's times I know my mom's wasn't going to be up under me or be around me, but I always had an eye on me because niggas know how the fuck I give it up. If I'm in one of those sorts of moods and I felt I was going to do something, I was going to do it. And see, a lot of times that saved me from going through the things that I would have been going through. So if you think a nigga didn't have a hot temper then, shit, it was worse back then. So just imagine how I feel about certain situations and you hear certain situations. I'm gonna be on one. And there's certain things that are speaking volumes about people's personalities as we speak. And again, if you are allowing your kids to get served to the hellfire and everybody else's kids to get served up, then what are you here for? What is your purpose here? You might as well jump on a boat with them then. Like I said, I was different only because, yeah, it was days my mom's wasn't going to be up under me. It was days my pops didn't even know if I was out in the street wild. But it was always somebody that'd be like, yeah, I seen your son over here. Let me go grab his ass up. Because I was really with the shits at some point. And not only I had to rob you, but if I had to get you, I was going to get you. Just because if I felt you did something out of pocket of something that I heard about you, I was on your neck. That's where my temper was and still kind of is to this day. Don't let me hear some shit on some unsavory shit. I wouldn't give a fuck. I would be on your neck. That's just the way I was. But lucky I had everybody in particular looking over me. Like I said, my background way different. My background was always different. Hence why I move accordingly. Because where I could have been either a victim of circumstance or another statistic in the jail system, God put me in a better position amongst family that actually cared. Some people don't get that shit, honestly. Some people don't get put in that good position. And even if they was placed in a good position, it could be just the wrong timing. And that's why I say, just it's time to switch it up. So I don't understand that got to get back to that notion of living in a good community. You got to have eyes and ears, not just on your kids, but the people that are around you. Supposed to have that. Because again, how can a community come together and fight a certain evil if everybody's divided? I wouldn't care about your religion, your religious background, your ethnic background, none of that shit. If it's all supposed to be about the main common goals, which is sticking up for these kids, making sure that they at least getting the proper education, making sure they become proper young adults, trying to at least balance out the community the way it should be balanced out, everything else is out the window. Now you want something that I want, bro. Get out of here. Stop trying to be a copycat. Get your own damn animal, man. Get your own damn animal. So now you want a penguin. You only said that because I said that the other night. Trying to be like me. You ain't gonna be a Brooklyn nigga with a zoo because you all the way in Detroit, nigga. But it's things that really start taking hold of again. And when are a lot of y'all gonna realize that the things that you are trying to be a part of ain't good for you? It's not good on either end.
Like I said, y'all rushed this agenda, right? Now it's being so forced nowadays. Again, I can't even watch TV to a degree. And if I do, I gotta make sure it's something without no fucking commercials. I don't want to see no commercials because half of these damn commercials are promoting the shit that I'm talking about. Like I said on my previous live before that strike on my channel, I done watched 3 different commercials just scrolling through the damn TV, and all 3 of them had some sort of homosexuality being pushed in it. I seen one with, I guess this was supposed to have been I don't know if it was a commercial advertisement, but they had the 2 girls from Clueless, as old as they are. And then you had a class full of people, and of course, it always got to be one of us melanated people that's doing something mookish. I'm sorry, that shit got me pissed off. Like, is this nigga putting on lip gloss for real? Like, this is what I'm saying. There's too many that's not an agenda that should be pushed. And I'm gonna say this clear as day. No man should be wearing lipstick, eyeshadow, none of that shit that pertains to a fucking female. A male should be doing, and vice versa. But then again, when you say something logical, they want to come at you. Oh, but you seem like you're no, bitch. I'm just fucking being truthful. Ain't my fault. I got a fucking moral compass, and I don't fucking listen and don't soak in bullshit you try to give a nigga. Sorry. Shit don't make no damn sense. You want me to conform to something that I know for a fact ain't normal? Yeah, keep waiting for that shit to happen. Won't happen on my book. Sorry. And you're gonna have adults that just not gonna hear that. See, I'm one of those adults where I'm not gonna have it, but you're gonna hear my fucking mouth while I'm telling you that I'm not having it. And see, for some of y'all, the mission, if you should choose to accept it, is trying to build a better blanket and a guide for these youngins and these young adults. And some of these people are going to be lost in the sauce, not just because of lack of knowledge of themselves, but just lack of knowledge, period. Because if people are not teaching and doing what they're supposed to be doing, how the fuck do you expect the kids to grow in life? That's like you wanting your kid to be a part of the construction business, but you don't fucking teach them how to use any type of tools or teach them what the importance of the tools are. Yeah, nah, because you got to look at it. No kid should have to turn around, right? Just like no adult. We shouldn't have to turn around and see that y'all promoting certain shit and then thinking that it's cool. That commercial pissed me off even more because for me to see a melanated brother actually doing that shit and was too zesty like a motherfucker. Putting the lip gloss on even looked zesty. I'm like, oh fuck, come on now, that shit ain't cool. That shit is not cool. And then again, you got people who are watching these commercials. You're not thinking it's not just the adults that are watching TV. Some adults actually be entertaining their kids sometimes when they tired. Let me find something for them to watch so they can just chill out, relax, and I can relax. But even then, a kid shouldn't have to see you seeing somebody put up a boy putting on lipstick, wearing stuff that looks like it should be put on a girl. Nobody wants to see that shit. Like I said, whatever's going on in y'all sick minds, y'all keep it there. Keep whatever's going on in your personal life in your personal life. Don't fucking bring that shit out and broadcast it. I'm sorry. I'm that old school with it. That's why I say I could respect the community from the other side back in the day. Because again, you didn't have the what? You didn't have the T and the Q's added to that damn added to that family over there. Because they are a family regardless to how you might look at it. They love and embrace one each other. They embrace and love one another like they family, right? But guess what got added to the family? The transgenders and the queers. So of course, now they are definitely out and about. And it's crazy if you think about it, the last 10 years is when all this shit has really being extra pushed now. Ever since Mr. Obama legalized that, the world fell and bumped their fucking head. And I watched this for over the last 10 years. Fuck just what I seen on TV. I'm actually out and about and be seeing shit that I shouldn't even see as a grown-up. And it makes my stomach sick. I'm sorry. I'm that morally conscious. I don't care. You be who you want to be, but behind your closed doors. Don't fucking bring that shit out to the world. Especially when you know it's not just the grown-ups you are dealing around. You got kids out here. You think they want to be you think some adults want to have to be explaining things they don't need to explain right now, especially to the younger kids? Like I said, I felt bad for that little boy, and I felt bad for the parents because I just only said, Dad, what are they going to tell him now? Like, are they going to lie to him or are they going to really tell him the truth? Just that's what their heads was looking like. Damn, do we tell them the truth or lie? Because, again, no man should have to be walking with their family and have to see two quote-unquote gay men. First of all, disrespectfulness, period. Fuck the kissing part. You're holding on each other and then you're grabbing on each other in the way that you shouldn't even be doing it. That right there, like I said, that's just too much. You're going to embrace somebody if you're on the opposite side. All right, nothing wrong with a kiss. But it's just some things you should not be doing, especially around a crowd of people. I don't give a fuck how proud you are. I know people now that's from that old era that are on the other side of the fence. And guess what? They still present themselves like how they presented themselves back in the day. They are secretive about certain things. They don't want certain people in their business, and for all good reasons. That's the respect level back in the day. You want to choose who you want to choose, I bet. But at least have some fucking respect for yourself and respect for others. And that's the crazy part. No parent should have to worry about, damn, I got to really break this down for them before they get confused. That's why I said these agendas don't need to be pushed. They don't. You fucking up the natural order of life because you want to include everything else, but you are still fucking up the balance of life. You are confusing the balance of life because guess what? Regardless to what, you all had parents and grandparents, whether you on the side of that fence or not. You have parents and grandparents, so that should tell you there's a reason why men and women are still here to this day, because we keep the life cycle going. And if we don't keep the life cycle going, then there is no life cycle. I'm sorry, but it's just some things I feel no is never going to be natural and it's never going to be accepted. And even if it's accepted by specific people, it's not accepted from the man upstairs. I don't give a damn what you're talking about. Because I could love you enough, but if you're doing something that I feel is an abomination, then guess what? I can't love you. I can't even trust you. Period. Oh, you already know, bro. I'm always up, nigga. I'm at work. Going on, my guy. I had to give some of y'all the daily dose of Nate for a little bit. Still fucking with this backup channel too, so just talking with the people. And I believe I gave some of y'all wrenches already that are here. I didn't catch Ryder yet, but I'm gonna catch her on the rebound. See, I'll be honest with this backup channel, I ain't gonna have too many mods on it. I'm gonna just have the main ones I know
that need it. You know, but it's a sad notion to think about it. How many more agendas are going to be pushed, not just under the eye, you know? Like, that is crazy. You're going to tell somebody that they could be this person today, and then tomorrow they could be this person. When does that fucking happen? That's why I said there's too many agendas. And honestly, that shit need to be done for. It really needs to be done for, because the kids wasn't targeted back in the day as bad as they targeted now. And again, with the internet playing a vital part in that, you know. You know, my fault. It's not even just the internet, because again, whatever's not being watched on the internet is still being watched on TV. If it's not being watched on TV, it's still being promoted through radio. Even though we know some people ain't even listening to radio as much, still, these agendas are still being pushed one way or another. And if you thinking that anybody along the lines, like I just said in the beginning of this live, can be changed, if they already went down a certain path, they can't be changed. Once you make a decision to go after somebody well younger than you, you know what the fuck you doing. You have a choice. See, this is what some people fail to realize. You want to say, oh, it's a sickness. Oh, it's this. No, the fuck it's not. It's still a clear choice at the end of the day. Because I can have something in my mind right now. I can have something evil on my mind right now. But it's up to me to decide if I'm going to go through with it. And if my moral compass is telling me, hell no, I'm not going with it. Juice. Blessings, sis. You know, like I said, you got to realize that everything in life is a fucking choice. Now, the only people that somewhat get a pass are the mentally challenged who really don't know no better. But then you got some who are on those spectrums that do know better to a degree and will still go the wrong route. That's the saddest part about it. Sad part about it. I don't get how anybody could even consider themselves any type of an adult if you really have that in your mind to go after anybody younger than you. Sorry. And it's sad that they are really pushing these type of agendas now. And it's getting out of control. So now you telling people it's cool for your kids to be a certain age before they consent to being with an adult. No. If a kid can't buy me a pack of cigarettes, if a kid can't buy, the kid ain't really no use to me at all. That's just me as an adult. The kid ain't no use. Matter of fact, how the older folks do it. Yo, do me a favor, young, and go to the store. That's about the only thing the kids is good for, in my opinion. Yo, y'all want to make a couple dollars? Go to the store for me real quick. That's it. Nah, just a multitude of topics, Juice. But I'm speaking on just things in general that need to be stopped. Like all these adults, not just males, females. You're going after young, impressionable kids and youth. You're taking a fucking innocence, number one. And then you don't know what psychological traumas that brings towards the future. Don't get it twisted. We know us, man, some of us was like, damn, we wish we could did certain shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I was one of them at one point. Like, damn, I want to knock Shorty boots, and she older than me. But I knew it wasn't gonna happen. And I thank God to a degree it didn't happen. Because then guess what? I probably would have been mentally fucked up to a degree. You know, you got some of these men who prey on these young girls, and then you got these women too. Got some of these women that be preying on the young boys, because my thing is, if you over 40 years old, what can a nigga that's not even 21 fully do for you? Same thing I said about some of these older dudes. You 40, 50 years old, what can a fucking young 20-year-old do for you? What can a chick that's not even 21 do for you? That's what I'm saying. It's not just sickness in the head. No. That's a clear decision that you made on your own. And I'm tired of people using certain things as an excuse. Oh, this person suffers from, so what? We all suffer from something in life. That don't mean most of us is going down that fucking path of trying to fuck with kids, man. You trying to make it normalized to where now almost everybody on that sick spectrum got a fucking shield now. Hence why you trying to incorporate all this extra shit too with this LGBTQ shit. Because you want these pedophiles and these hebophiles and these predators to be up under that same shield to a degree and say, oh, but this is, no, you got to prove to me on paper that some of these things is actual factual before I fucking believe that shit. What's wrong with you? It's like somebody try to, oh, people were born gay. No, the fuck they wasn't. Who told you that lie? You ain't born nothing. You were only born one or two things in life. You either born a male or a female. Now everything else you choose after that, that's a decision. That's not forced on you. That's a decision you decide to make when you get older. Exactly. That part right there. You know, but it's not to be funny. See, I said it from the lines of when I was in high school, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to knock three of my teachers off, and they wasn't even that much older than me. That was the sad part. When I found out, I'm like, oh, I could have literally had a gap. But then again, that would have been a fuck up because one of them already had a kid. So I'm like, yeah, that ain't gonna look good. Because I ain't trying to pay nobody stepdaddy. Like, come on. Most men have had that situation or had that thought. Some people actually fucking did get the conquest. But then again, that's still a sick behavior. Because if you want to go back in time, how many times when you turned around, you was hearing about these teachers getting wrapped up in sex scandals? If it wasn't a male, it was mostly a fucking female. And this is what I'm saying. Like, what the fuck is going on in your lifestyle that you're choosing this type of notion? Again, a kid can't do nothing for me. The most they could do is go to the store for me, maybe babysit if I need them to do that. Yo, I might need you to run a little couple errands. I got some dollars in it for you. That's it. Learn something about the hard value of a dollar. That's it. That's all the kids is good for me. And just pure fun and entertainment, keeping you energetic. Other than that, nothing else a kid could provide for me. Sexually, none of that. Could not provide nothing for me. Sorry. And some people actually think that that's fucking normal. So it goes to show you sometimes you got to get a clear background on certain fucking situations. And then you got some people who actually come from a decent background and just decide to go off the fucking charts for no reason. Juice that part. They kind of did because, like I said, back in the days, it was just certain things I know for a fact wasn't tolerated. Child abuse, rape, that wasn't one of them that was tolerated. You had people that was getting killed and getting lynched back in the days, was just stealing, trying to fucking provide for their family. But you're gonna try to tell me it's cool for somebody to be having any type of love actions for a child. Fuck out of here. And not just that, Juice. I think about a lot of situations that hit that news, whether it was major news or not. And some news that wasn't being presented on TV, I always caught it in the fucking newspapers. Even newspapers you ain't expecting to really catch. Even those free newspapers that be in the subway sometimes always tell you some shit that the news ain't gonna tell you. Yeah, and that's sad. You got some of these people, and even if they young adults teaching kids, guess what? No young adult should be thinking about a kid on that level. That'd be like my high school teacher thinking about any one of her fucking students like that. And don't get it twisted. She only had us by 10 years. So you gotta think about it. I'm 15, she's 25. Even if I thought I was gonna shoot my shot, she probably would have hit me with the logic. What could you possibly do for me? Then vice versa. What could you possibly do for me? Come on. And it's sad that you got a society that's still fucking plaguing on the kids, man. And we done have instances of this everywhere around the world. Everywhere. New York City, everywhere. But it creeps everybody out, Juice. Because at the end of the day, even the parents, it'll creep them out. Because think about it. I got to fucking have my kid coming to school, and then I'm coming to find out this type of shit is happening. So now I got to worry about not just my kid. I got to worry about any of the other teachers around my kid because they could probably be on that same type of time. And it's sad. And then, you know, you got some people that you know for a fact they creep you out. 9 out of 10, you following the gut instinct. If this person really creeps you out, yeah, that's probably because they really are creeps. I always believe it's just certain energy you get when you come across people. That's why I tell people I read people good. If I'm around you right now and I see you uncomfortable about something, at some point I'm gonna ask you, yo, what's your problem? What's going on? Talk to me. I'm not gonna sit there and ignore a problem, period. Especially if I know it's a big problem. But you got some that'll overlook it. I'm not one of them. Like I said, been an observer. Will always be an observer. And there's just things in life that I've always observed. And if you feel like these type of vibes that you're feeling from a person, 9 out of 10 is probably because that's your spirit telling you. Don't have no interactions with that person at all. We all done went through that. Shit, even I done had my instances where I'm like, yeah, let me trust my gut instinct on this. And sure enough, I was right. A lot of times, you gotta follow that. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself in a world full of hurt. And it is a sad notion to think that you have people out here who still think along those lines that is cool and that is normal to go after the youth. Again, what can they offer you? And if anything, guess what? You going after a young, you're going after a young, impressionable person who, number one, ain't working, can't financially provide for you, can't do nothing for you of the sort. So what the fuck is the purpose of you trying to go after? The only thing they can offer you is some sex, and that's it. And even then, that should be a fucking problem. See, it be situations like this I try to avoid sometimes because I know that there's a sickness there. No, it's not just a sickness. That's a choice there that a lot of you motherfuckers are still choosing to do. I can't talk about situations like this sometimes. I be really ready to fucking go on Punisher mode. I'd be a vigilante for the right cause. Fuck that. If bodies got caught, they got caught. That's it. But they'll be caught for the right reasons. I'll let my God judge me before anybody. Fuck y'all. But that's just how I feel about it. Can't call yourself any type of adult and say that you have any type of love and respect if you going after the youth. No. Because again, everything in life is a fucking decision. Hence why it's but there's proving that gay people, people are born gay. Prove it. I need you to prove it, and prove it scientifically, and prove it in life that it actually happens. And I'll wait and I'll shut the fuck up. But you can't prove that because you know for a fact that's a false narrative, and don't try to feed that to a nigga that been seen past the light. You're not doing that. Nicole, how you tell somebody to go to bed, you ain't going to bed? Girl, yeah, get your ass ready for Club Nick, get my plan B's ready. Nah, I do appreciate y'all for being in this morning. I know this is the earliest y'all ever seen me. Well, shit, this is the back page. So I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say on it. Nah, but you know what? When it comes to topics like this, I'm always gonna be on board with it. And I know this is the earliest. I know most people probably would have been knocked out. But I felt that needed to be talked about. Because again, at what point do y'all stop with the lies and the felonious bullshit and start actually being truthful? Like I said, you want to live in your truth, whatever it may be, you have all rights to do so. But then there are certain things you just can't fucking interject. Because again, that has a negative outcome when it comes to the youngins and it comes to the youth. No doubt, sis. At some point, you'll see me back live later. Oh yeah, I forgot it's Friday. Shit, definitely gonna catch me today. You might get a Club Nate on this backup channel tonight. But I appreciate those who did tune in, even if you have fallen asleep. You ain't even have to be tuned in. But hey, like I said, when the main channel back up and running on this weekend, hopefully, like I said, mostly all the main topics, all the real hard content gonna be on that page, like it always was. You know, like I said, just I feel it's time for everybody to wake up and see that everything that's being incorporated into this world is not natural, number one. And all it's going to do is cause confusion and hell, not just in your household, but in the community around you. Because again, no kid should have to open their mouth and say, Mom, why are these two boys kissing and grabbing on each other like that? That ain't right. Come on now. Oh, you already know, Nicole. You always see each other. And don't worry, you stole me a chicken pot pie too, damn it. Don't think I won't come chasing your ass in these YouTube streets for my pot pie. Yeah, but if she come back on, I'll definitely pop back up in there too. I just wanted to double check this page and make sure I was still up and running, at least for the backup page. I guess I ain't getting nothing crazy yet, so it is what it is. No emails yet, so I'm good. Oh, I see where Kanye West got that sample for Bound to Fall in Love. Over here stealing shit. And I found out where Styles P got the sample for I Get High. And I be finding out mad shit. I gotta start getting back on my music, y'all. I want to see if they gonna fuck with me on that song when I do play it. I got the original song. See if they give me a copyright for that one. Nah, really, you know I'm always gonna talk my shit, man. And can't none of these motherfuckers do nothing about it either. Cause I'm vocal, nigga, not just on here, I'm vocal, period. And there's some shit I'm not gonna be tolerating, I'm not gonna ever accept. Not gonna get me to say, yeah, Jimmy could be fucking Jeanette tomorrow. And you're not gonna tell me Brittany could be Bobby tomorrow. I'm not trying to hear that dumb shit you trying to kick. And I think I'm kind of happy. Again, I don't have kids in this world right now. As much as I want to, I'll be the first nigga going to jail for really riding out for mine. It's like, fuck out of here. You're not going to indoctrinate nothing. You're not going to be stupid and try to fucking force feed something that I know for a fact shouldn't be force fed. Period. Because trust me, it's the same shit right now. I'm glad my mom's ain't here. My mom's definitely would have been on one. You think I'd be on one? Shit. My mom's was the fucking original version. I'm just the 2.0. My mom's the original nigga. Top shots up. My pops was too. So what the fuck? They both would have been on some bullshit right now. Styles got that sample from Frida Payne. I Get High on Your Memory. I was just listening to that shit earlier, and then I said, oh, this motherfucker. And that's something I never thought about. I knew he got that shit from somewhere. I just couldn't remember where. And then I heard this shit today. I said, oh, you crafty little nigga. Shout out to the niggas, though, because that was creative. I ain't gonna hold you. Anybody else would have sampled that shit, they probably would have fucked it up, but Styles did it the right way. Shout out to Styles P for that shit. My favorite Piehead anthem was actually sampled from an old ass song. Yeah, just type it up. Just type it up when you get the chance, Nicole. Frida Payne. Her name was Frida Payne. I think that was her only hit, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta look in the archives. I think that was her only hit. Only thing Styles did to that was just he revamped the beat a little bit as far as he sped it up. He re-looped the I Get High shit and something else. That was it. But other than that, it almost sounded like the whole original song. It was different. And I forgot when that song came out. I think that song came out 70s, if I'm not mistaken. You know, but all in all, though, see, this the type of things people don't want. They don't want people like me speaking on real shit and actually trying to combat real shit. But I'm here for that. I embrace all the fucking smoke. I'm embracing the smoke like I'm embracing the smoke break right now. Because I'm sorry. There's just some things in life you ain't gonna be able to conform people to. And that notion that kids should be able to pick their genders when you know for a fact they can't pick a gender. You either born a boy or a girl, that's it. It's not no, I want to pick the, no. Oh, you already know, Nicole, you know how we get down. The only reason why that came to my mind because I'm walking past one of the, I think he a security guard too. But I think he worked for the construction companies over there on the other side of me. But he was just playing the old Bound to Fall in Love shit from Kanye, not Kanye's version, but he playing the old school version. And it don't sound that off neither. Like I said, some of these people, only thing they did is revamp some beats, revamp or re-loop certain parts of a song, and that's it. What you mean how I dug up the song? Man, listen, it's certain songs that I was like, nah, you got this sample from somewhere. I'm going through all the old archives. Whether it was old rock, old R&B, whatever, some of these rappers have sampled a lot. And whoever didn't sample shit, they was just creative. They try to say that notion of a good artist, what? I forgot what the fuck that quote they just try to say. They try to say a great artist steals. And the hell the fuck no, though. I don't know, no great artist that steals. If you want to say sample, yeah, I know a lot of great artists that sample music, but not stole it and say those mine. No, we don't do those. Great artists are just creative, period. I'm a great artist. I don't fucking think I could use anybody's sample and make it sound as hot as that person did. I could use what the fuck is given to me and just go all in. That's it. Nah, I know that, bro. But you got some people who actually don't sample. I know a couple niggas right now, they ain't no big name niggas. They doing their thing though, but they don't sample nothing. They'll sit there and actually make a fucking beat. And then from there they'll go on. But you got some who are going to use samples, especially if it's samples that they feel haven't been used. Like Jada used that sample for Let Me Be Your Angel from Stacey Lattisaw when he did that Mornings is Hash Brown, some shit. I'm like, oh, this nigga stole the fuck. And I thought about using that shit at one point. I thought about using at least one part of the song and just like, all right, I can incorporate this somewhere. But this nigga beat me to the punch. I'm telling you. But no, I mean, everybody samples. I'm not saying they don't, but great artists don't need to sample shit. Great artists are just going to create their own fucking space. I think that's why that word greatness is in there to a degree, because great people are actually going to fucking put themselves in great positions, whether they believe it or not. I believe I'm great because regardless of everything that I've been through personally in the past and even now, I still came out to be a wise one. I still came out to be a tough fucking, I can't even call myself a soldier. I'm a fucking general in my own army. I didn't aspire to be great. Greatness was just going to happen regardless. I just had to be humble and let it happen. I don't gotta toot my own horn like some people. I don't gotta do none of that shit. I got people praising me for things that I forgot about, that I forgot I did. So that's how you know when niggas smoke too much. I done forgot certain things that niggas is praising me for and just be like, oh, I did? Oh, well, it was nothing. That's just me. My main focus in life is just seeing the people around me happy and making sure I'm good where I need to be at. I'm in a good mental space and I'm in a good financial space. I'm good. Anything else is just, it is what it is. But I ain't gonna keep y'all. I know some of y'all definitely about to catch some shut eye. I think I'm about to catch me a little nap while I can. At least while I can. But topics like this are always gonna happen. And for the days that I'm not on the main page, whenever I get the main page back, I will be here popping my shit and don't give a fuck. Give all the copyright claims and strikes you want on this page. I don't give two shits. Because when I start hitting with some real knowledge that you motherfuckers know for a fact can't be refuted, I would dare y'all niggas to strike me for that shit. So I could kindly take y'all niggas to court and tell you why you fucked up. Don't tell me I gotta follow guidelines and rules, but then your guidelines and rules are not fucking going for everybody that should go for. We not doing those. Not over here, baby. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all didn't do so, y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on the way in. And if y'all are new to the channel, whoever's in the shadows watching, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this backup page, at least for now. But I will be back on the main page Saturday. Let's hope. That's when I got the strike, Saturday. So let's see if I'll be back on Saturday. And if not, I'm going to just be on this backup page. These hoe ass niggas get that strike off my page. Period. But again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all stay safe. Keep that third eye open. I'll definitely be back live later on this page. So tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend that I'm back again. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.